Hi, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, where we have our ongoing public speaking workshop. Why? You are in critical key positions, whether it's in education, whether you're a supervisor, a new manager, you're leading team members to their success. And that's very important that you're comfortable and confident when you do bring those team members or those students every day around because we need the babies to understand how this country works because it's going to be turned over to them. And hopefully, you'll do a great job with that. Please keep the parents and guardians involved in everything that you do. If you're a supervisor or a new manager, congratulations. Doing your job is why you got there, but leading people is an entirely different thing. So many times you're going to have to bring them together. They're watching, they're listening to see how are you going to get them to reach their goals and dreams. That's part of a leader's job. Or maybe you're a good speaker and someone told you that you need to get into public speaking. And you found out this year with this pandemic, it was kind of tough because we did not have the conventions, we did not have the reunions, we did not have the big events in arenas and stadiums across the country. Everything was reduced to the box. And yes, it is crowded, there's nowhere else to go. So some of the more experienced people are gobbling up as much space as they can. That doesn't mean there's no space for you, but just new starting off, it's going to take a little while to get multiple videos and content out. Now, if you're looking at this as a career, outstanding. There are great 4 year institutions that look at public speaking as part of communications degree. Or there are organizations that just focus on public speaking only. Costs money. So maybe if you want to pursue that, great. If you're just out perusing, trying to find some information, content wise or video wise, something that you can incorporate into your own style and don't have to pay anything. Well, that's why we do what we do here at Champion Strategies. So we're going to pick up from where we left off. We had a person write in asking how can they be better at what they do. Matter of fact, what they were saying is that I can get to a point where I want to present like I'm singing and people are in the audience applauding. And yes, it can be done. And we talked about some of those things yesterday. We'll keep it up again on this video. So you need to be authentic. Some speakers may try to sound like someone they admire instead of being themselves. And when you do things like that, it puts you in a different category. Some people try to sing like their favorite singer or dance like their favorite dancer. Similarity, some speakers may try to sound like a John F. Kennedy or a Martin Luther King. Be authentic. Sound like yourself because that's what the people in the audience are going to be hearing you. So be yourself. Also, diversify your delivery. People don't learn just by listening or auditory. Different people learn in different ways. It's something called neural linguistic programming. So, if you can get your point across in your delivery by telling a story, doing an allegory, giving them some way, a PowerPoint assistance, something to tell your story. Technology is a good thing, especially if you want to diversify your delivery, but please make sure that in your PowerPoint deck, you don't have slides in there that have nothing to do and be careful with the slides, but try to diversify your delivery. even using some members of the audience. Make it interactive, but that's up to you and your creativity. Shake it up. And what do I mean by that? Some of the best, they do things that the audience are not ready for. It's like a show. They hit them by surprise. But the reason of doing different media, the reason for doing different things, mixing it up, it makes it more dynamic. It makes it more compelling. Using mixed media creates energy, vibrance. Think about the ways that you can use slides or videos or audio or handouts or props, or like I said before, even members of the audience. You might, for instance, start with a video and then use powerful images later in your talk. Or you can begin with an arousing question and use that as that next part because the people are thinking of how to come up with the answer. Just shake it up. And also remember, stick to your points. Whatever you came up with, you should have enough research information to defend those issues. Avoid simply putting the text on your speech and your slides because it will be challenged if it's controversial. And if you don't know how to back it up, why even put it in there in the first place? Know the setup. In other words, have a run through in the space that you'll be speaking in, if possible, especially if you're talking in front of large audiences. Now, once again, we haven't seen that in a while, especially in 2020, but we're just giving you some food for thought just in case you're in that position again. Walk through that space, test the systems, know everything in that space before the audience comes in so you're more comfortable moving from one side of the stage to the other or how to navigate any of the tools if you're going to be using some AV equipment. Don't lecture the whole time. Keep in mind, people don't have long attention spans. If you need to explore a topic deeply, use humor. By using humor and engaging video or other medias to present various aspects can also go a long way to help your audience understand your message. And always leave time for questions. Taking questions is a beautiful thing. A whole lot of people give a speech and want to leave. But some people want to hear more. They learn different. They heard you say something, they saw something on the PowerPoint, so they have a question. So never leave any speech without at least having an opportunity for the audience to ask you some questions about what you're doing, maybe what you're doing next, why you did this, your background. Could be a lot of things, but I can tell you this, when you have a good Q&A session, you did a good job by hitting them, exploding them, giving them something that they can leave there and go back and implement. That's why they're asking you the questions. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing series on public speaking. Hopefully, you got something out of it. And as always, in parting, you go out and make it a